All right. Welcome to the Golden Truth. As you heard Aaron say, that's what she said. Hopefully I wasn't caught on air right
Aaron
before.
fart noise.
But all right. This is what's coming up on today's docket. We're going to be discussing the AFC and NFC championship games for tomorrow, recapping the playoffs, everything that we've seen, the ramifications of the playoffs with coaching hires and all that other stuff. Some other news that I saw this past week discussing breaking down a lot of the Eagles coaching staff and if Nick Sirianni should have been fired.
Yes.
With the poor performance and all that other stuff. So that's what's coming up on this episode. We got Jason, we got Aaron.
That's right.
So boys, where
Aaron's
should we
hot.
begin?
Well, you're the host, you son of a bitch. We're just here to be lazy.
Let me this first question out.
I mean, let's start with this. What are your takeaways from the playoffs so far?
I mean, kind of what I expected, kind of not. It's interesting to see that Mahomes can actually play on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
But my worry is going to be I'm hoping the referees aren't going to be on their side.
From what I hear from a Washington YouTuber that lives in Baltimore, dude, apparently Baltimore is like flooded in purple.
Really?
Yep.
We're lucky we're not in ancient times, otherwise that would have been a very expensive decor.
Oh my! Only you would take it there.
Like they feel it. They're like, yeah.
Okay, so that's a historical reference, Jason, because the only people that could have worn purple in ancient times were royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I wore purple all day today. Anyway, Oscar knows what I'm getting at.
I'm waiting to see Jason in one of those Eddie Murphy suits that's like purple and black.
Well, I had the purple. All I needed was the black. Because whoa,
is your girlfriend black? Then maybe you.
No, Jason,
no,
Aaron. Aaron has
no.
Aaron. Hell hasn't frozen over yet, so that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not dating no black girl. Sorry, but anyway.
Even
okay. Should I put you in timeout for that? Before we get canceled.
Oh, don't be an anti-free speech Chinese communist person. Come on.
No.
Red tide stuff going on here.
So I agree with Mahomes. The fact that he was able to play on the road. I mean, way to go, I guess. Right? Like, I mean, I still don't think that he'll beat Baltimore. I just don't. I mean, that's the best Travis Swift. I mean, Kelsey has played in 6 games pretty much. He was a non-factor in touchdowns 6 games before then. So on the Chiefs end, I would say I think it's going to be a great game. I think it could be like a kick.
It's going to be the same way it's been all year long. It's going to be the same way.
Touchback. It could be in overtime. I don't know. Or Travis Swift will jump off sides because Taylor Swift waves at him.
Or Kadarius Toney will jump off sides just because in big moments he chokes as fast as Kirk Cousins does.
Yeah, that's true.
But the point that I'll make is this. This is going to be an interesting thing. Pretty much every single primetime game for Baltimore this year had the exact same formula. It stays close in the first half.
Yep.
Then in the second half, Baltimore's running game takes over and they flatten their opponents.
Yeah, and I told you that would happen when they played Miami. You're like, oh my God,
no. Again, I understand and I admit
he still didn't feel safe when the score was 49-19.
So like 75-19, and he was like,
now to my credit, again, they've given up 28-point leads in the fourth quarter before, but.
Okay, but it was 49-19 with like 5 minutes to go.
Like I said, I admit that I was wrong. At least I can do that successfully.
Even during the stream, I was like, "Come on, Aaron, they're gonna win." I'm not gonna celebrate until it's the end of the game.
I mean, to be fair, you Cowboys fan, you probably would have done the same thing.
No,
Yeah,
if it's
Jason,
35-19, no. 35-19, I'd be like, the Cowboys scored 35 points?
Jason, you wanted to end the stream when Washington was up 14-10 in the final game of the season.
Because they were down. If my Cowboys were up, I'd be like, oh, it's a good game.
They were.
It was 10-7, Aaron, in the first quarter, and he's like, "All right, we got to end the stream now." I'm like, "The fuck?"
No, it was because of Dak's interceptions, and I was like, oh, here we go. Dak's gonna, you know. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. You know, who did the Ravens play in the end? Who did the Ravens play this last game?
They played the Texans.
Yeah, on that game, Texas was just out of it completely. Their run game was bad. Their passing game was nothing. It was close in like the first half. Like you
But
exactly
that's how it's
said.
been all year long, though. That's how it's
and the
been
third quarter, Baltimore just went, okay, let's win it. And Texas just kept losing yardage. They kept throwing the ball the wrong direction.
Let me ask you this: is there much of a skill discrepancy between the Texans and the Chiefs?
I don't know.
Be a little bit more. Can you like expand on that a little bit?
I'm not going to say that Baltimore's going to drop 50 points on KC. That just doesn't happen. But could you see Baltimore like taking over the game against Kansas City the same way they took it over against Houston?
Well, here's the thing, Kansas City. I mean, their offense somewhat came to life last week. They were able to score. They were able to score 27 points. So, I feel like, however, the Chiefs' defense also stepped up when needed. So, I honestly think that this game is gonna be more. I don't think it's gonna be high scoring at all. I think it's gonna be a low scoring.
No. I think it's gonna be a defensive duel. I think it's gonna be a defensive duel because Baltimore's offense is awesome. You got Isaiah, you got Zay Flowers. You got Zay Flowers. You've got OBJ. You've got Lamar is playing like a boss.
Mark Andrews reactivated.
Mark Andrews is activated.
There you go.
So there you go. I mean, Baltimore is set to win this game. Mark Andrews is a fucking beast. I've loved Mark Andrews. He's just insane what he does on the field.
And we'll see about the rust too.
I love their depth, though. I love their depth.
Yeah, their depths are great, and their offense is great. Their defense, Baltimore's defense, I like Baltimore's defense too.
Oh, Roquan Smith's getting 3 sacks on Mahomes, baby.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I think it will because Mahomes' team offense is not the same. Because what happened, we've discussed it on this Golden Truth and on streams before. That
double cover double cover Swift.
Yep,
and you're good.
Have a double cover, even and make sure that you blitz Patrick Mahomes.
At least it's not as dark as his. We got to take out Tyreek Hill, and then we'll be safe.
No, he said hopefully we get him injured. Hopefully we get him injured, and then we won't have to face him anymore, and then we're safe.
I seriously have heard though. That.
I have heard that too. I've heard Jason Kelce might retire, but that's another story.
He retired after the game after they lost to the Buccaneers.
No, that was actually fake.
That's Gronk you're thinking of. He said Travis Kelce. No, Oscar had it wrong because you said.
No, I'm talking about Jason Kelce actually.
Oh, yeah.
No, Jason Kelce came out and said, "No, I haven't retired yet." Just say it already. Anyway, my point is this. Patrick Mahomes' offense lost all their weapons. They let them walk, by the way. They let them walk. And then after they let them walk, they didn't replace those weapons with key weapons on the field, a key running back, a key receiver, maybe a left tackle that could have helped Patrick Mahomes overcome those really difficult games. And so I think he's going to have a big problem when Baltimore runs the ball down their throats and has them on double coverage. And Patrick Mahomes doesn't have the grit on the team that he needed, like when he played the Bengals in the AFC Championship last year. So I give it to Baltimore, and I think Baltimore will score 30 points.
I think the interesting thing about this is when I mentioned the depth, the Ravens have a total of 3 running backs plus Lamar himself that they can drive off of. And if Mark Andrews needs to come out for a play or two, you bring in Isaiah Likely. You could even go with a 2 tight end set if you wanted to.
Yeah,
Just have Mark Andrews into block and have Likely out as an
Zay
extra
likely
receiver.
running the ball. Yeah,
Yep, or no,
because
as an extra
didn't he
receiver.
score like a 30-yard touchdown last weekend
Yeah,
or something?
he did. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and then of course you got Mr. Automatic with Justin Tucker being able to basically kick from anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going to be Tyler Bass who missed a 41-yard field goal,
Oh,
I'm just gonna call him Tyler Ass instead of Tyler
and then
Bass.
and then Aaron like jinxing me saying that it's good, and I'm like, all right, time for maybe
oh,
overtime, and then I look, and then it's the Chiefs, and then it's the Chiefs
But the
that are
sad thing
they
was that was a
and the
chip
guy,
shot,
and
by the
then
way.
Jim Nantz says game over, Chiefs. I'm like, how did Chiefs win? And then I look, and then I was like, oh wait, he missed it. I'm like,
Aaron trolled you again.
oh, I
Well,
literally just poured like the last of my drink, and then like, well, I was so sad.
drank his sorrows away. Drank his sorrows away.
Drink
I would
my
say
troubles away.
on the other playoff games, I would say that Packers 49ers game was insane. That 49. I've had a lot of debates with my 49ers friend on it. And let's just face it. Had Jordan Love not turned that ball over in the fourth quarter, this would have been a different playoff season. Because Brock Purdy, there's two problems that happened in that game. Kyle Shanahan overthought everything. He started to overthink. As soon as Deebo Samuel went out, it was, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh. And he started calling these ridiculous plays. What are the 49ers really good at? Schemes, creativity, getting Deebo in motion, right? Going double coverage. They're freaking fantastic. They're fantastic at creative plays.
Aaron,
and what
did you get swallowed by an alligator by chance?
Are we hearing the alligator?
I was sending you a text message as I was
Okay, because we heard
the text message.
you guys are trying so hard to like break me, and it just doesn't work for you.
no, it's because like
we thought an alligator got into your house and just swallowed you. God damn.
I'm not fucking
yeah,
Captain Hook, okay? Come on now.
it sounded like an alligator, like literally on your mic, like damn.
Literally, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna talk over this gator. But so you had Kyle Shanahan being ridiculous with his play, and then you had what the fuck is wrong with you? But you had Brock Purdy then anticipating too much, overthinking himself. He's trying to be too careful. He was trying, I don't want to do this because I'm going to do that. And if I do this, I'm going to make that mistake. And he was questioning himself. And then, so I think those were the two problems. And for 3 quarters, Brock Purdy was human. But it was, and you got to, and look, he played bad. He played bad football, except for that final drive. You got to give Brock Purdy all the credit in the world, because if it hadn't been for Brock Purdy ignoring Kyle Shanahan, 49ers would have lost to the Packers. That's my thought on that game.
Let's circle back to the debate that we were having last week. Do you think that Jordan Love is the next guy for the Green Bay Packers for the future?
At that moment, I was hot to kind of say that he wasn't, but at the same time, I feel like, so this is the interesting thing. He's had time to sit under Aaron Rodgers, which can only be good for him. And I think he could be, but I think that development just has to be there.
No.
If he needs stability. If they go and make these front office, this is why, like, when I see so many quarterbacks that have played for so many different teams, they never hit that stride because they're so used to trying to fit into different systems that they're not able to find what works. Jordan Love has, like, because the Packers, they had their same head coach and everything, same offensive coordinator and everything. They have a very unique opportunity with him where if they develop him right, they can play with him well in a system that works for him, and he can grow into being that Hall of Fame quarterback that the Packers want him to be.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I would have said that he needs a little bit more weapons, but the weapons are set. I think what they gotta he's again. This is his first year starting, so I think that
He's gonna get.
he'll get better. He'll be better next year. The defense just needs to be a tad bit better, and they did fire Joe Barry this
Yeah,
past week. So
I
the
would
next
add. Yeah,
defensive coordinator hopefully is an upgrade. So
well, and I would say adding a linebacker and maybe adding someone to the defensive end would be
uh,
because
their front seven is actually fine. They
yeah,
no what they
true.
where they need help is cornerback.
Oh,
Well,
Or
I would
secondary.
go I would go further to say that do the Packers have a good tight end?
They're young.
nah.
It's a young group. That's the thing.
It's a young group. I understand that, but if Jordan Love has some like tight ends can be fantastic security blankets where if you need that outlet, you can go to him. Just look at Jason Witten for Tony Romo. Look at Jimmy Graham for Drew Brees. Look at
hmm
Hernandez, Gronk. Look at those two guys for Tom Brady. Look at
hmm
I mean the list goes on and on. I
Look
could
at
go,
Jake Ferguson for Dak
For
Prescott. I mean, look,
Dallas.
we
look at
understand that they're
look,
mediocre. I
Colts
get it.
look at Mark
filled
Andrews
that
for Lamar
role
Jackson.
nicely for Dallas as well.
Look at Mark Andrews for Lamar Jackson.
hmm
Travis
So
Swift for Patrick
Travis
Mahomes.
Swift,
Yep.
Mahomes,
Yep.
yeah.
But
But oh, go ahead, Eric, because I was gonna say,
well, my point is to say I think the one thing that the Packers offense needs to truly be elite is that security blanket of a fantastic tight end. If
Mhm.
they get somebody, imagine if you had somebody like Jordan Reed in his prime, but
Oh,
playing for
woo,
Green Bay.
yup.
And
damn,
I'm talking like this guy has versatility where
yeah,
he can get you on pass protection to keep Love in the pocket, where he's not
Mhm.
running all over the field making stupid plays like he did against San Fran.
yeah,
And you've also got him where he can make big catches over the middle.
Yeah.
and he can also block too if you really needed to.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know,
Like,
and also you got to think of this, the unknown. Michael Irving talked about this. The unknown for these really young kids. Aaron Jones and Christian Watson are like the two oldest dudes there that played with Aaron Rodgers. These guys are so new. They're babies. And they beat the number 2 seed, but they were playing in a game of unknowns against a great team in the 49ers. Give them another year because this was a chance for them to taste the playoffs. Like, wow, this is what it is. This is what it takes. Watch
backwards
them
for
go back. Watch them go back into the offseason. They make the changes they need to. Maybe they add a veteran receiver or a veteran tight end. And now those guys are going to be just a year older and they're going to understand, okay, this is where we messed up. They had the jitters. Oh my God, we're in the playoffs. Because you have that as an athlete. But now that it's going to be your second year in the playoffs, I mean, watch out for those young.
next year
Watch out.
I could see the NFC North reverting back to where it was with Aaron Rodgers, where the Packers just straight dominate every single year, but this time
Sure.
it's Love instead of Rodgers.
Yeah. I think the Lions have maybe like 1 or 2 years where they'll dominate, and then Green Bay is going to come back and just take over again.
I just see a bunch of years where the schedules are being made, and the only team in the NFC North that could even remotely challenge Green Bay would be Detroit, and that's who it'll come down to. Like those games will decide the division champion for the next like 5-10 years.
Yeah, I think even 6-7. Now, who do you guys think played better in that Green Bay San Francisco game? Purdy or Love?
Love until the very end.
There's so many parameters to be talking about because the Packers and the 49ers are both in an interesting position where they're in the same position that the Cowboys are in, where the franchises are so storied that one mistake basically takes away from everything good that they did all game. Yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, Erica?
We're probably going to walk like 10-15 minutes.
No worries.
What the heck was that? Oh no.
What?
There's poop up here.
Is it poop?
I don't know. It might be. Darn it.
In a second. Just grab me a minute.
Don't say nothing.
I was gonna surprise the kids go up and play with Aiden online, but
All right.
Okay.
Aaron, while you're muted, I decided to mute you. So
Because it's a family conversation, and if it needs to be private,
I'm done with that for now.
okay.
We're going for a walk in like 10 minutes. That's to get some exercise. But
what
that being
happened? What was she freaking out about?
I think there was dog poop on the stair. I got to clean up.
Why did you take a shit on the stairs, Aaron? There's a
I
bathroom.
was barking mad. I was barking mad.
Oh my. Okay, well, next time,
I guess
don't
I
be
guess
doing it. You
I guess
want this
Maddie
guy to
left
clean
him.
that up.
I guess Maddie wanted to leave him a parting gift.
Yeah, exactly.
You got Maddie a dog.
Yep. His name's Jason. But by the way, this is the thing. If you talk about completion percentage, if you're talking about somebody that led their team, I still think not by much necessarily, but I still think Purdy played a little bit better.
I think, and that's what everyone was saying, was if you're looking at the statistics of the game, Purdy did play better on paper. On the field, I think it was Love. And a lot of 49ers fans are mad at me for saying that, but I think Love played well until the very end.
Yeah.
Now that Lions Bucks game, woo! I don't even know what to say about that other than the Lions are going
two evenly matched teams. Nobody thought that the Bucks would give the Lions any sort of challenge, and lo and behold, they did.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like
if Baker Mayfield wasn't injured, that game goes very differently.
Yeah, he was banged up.
He was banged up.
He did not have the same mobility. He did not have the same mobility that he would normally have because his leg was injured, and he did not have the ability to be able to scramble out of the pocket and avoid hits that he shouldn't have taken.
Right. Well, and you got to think that, like Texas, one of the things that went wrong was their defense got tired. The Bucks, their defense got tired, and the offense could not perform as well as the Lions did, and that defense could not stop the run game of the Lions. They just really could not. They just couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, and that for that game, it was just like, okay. I mean, you got to give it to Baker Mayfield. It's like we've made fun of him for years. We said, "Oh my God, Baker Mayfield."
We saw what he was capable of. The question is, when you face adversity like that, even at your prime, how do you respond to it? And in the offseason, we're going to see. I mean, first off, Bucks pay the man. Second of all, show you have faith in the guy. Second of all, get a more athletic offensive line where he doesn't have to worry about getting these kind of injuries.
Yeah.
That and also, I mean, I think the Bucks, Dave Canales, right, left.
Yeah, he's now the coach of the Panthers.
So now you got to find someone else. You got to find someone else that can work with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, you do.
Because that's where it really comes down to, is that Dave Canales was a genius when it came to how to work with him, how to develop him. You got to find that guy.
Is the OC going to is the OC going to change the system to what he can coach easily, or is he going to cater to Mayfield? Because I think in this case he's got to cater to what Mayfield does, what Mayfield's strengths are exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to build around Mayfield, because before I would have said, nah, just coach the way you know. But Baker Mayfield showed that with the right coaching, I can do it. He's not Carson Wentz, where it's like no matter what coach, you could put Kyle Shanahan in front of him, and Carson Wentz
will still Belichick in front of him.
Put Belichick in front. Put who's Andy Reid in front of him, and he's gonna think he's playing wiffle ball or something like that. Like Carson Wentz is just out. But yeah,
well, and I heard he's gonna be in the UFL actually.
Oh my God. Well, I just gotta say, look, whether Detroit makes it to I hope to God they make it to the Super Bowl, because I really need to win this bet. But
Jason, you're not meant to have nice things.
Oh, shut up, Oscar.
That's why he hangs around with you, because he doesn't have nice friends.
Oh, so whether Detroit makes it to the Super Bowl or not, you got to give them credit.
You do.
Dan Campbell is a leader. You can tell the men in that room respect him. And you can tell, look, Jared Goff, he's got problems with interceptions. He's got problems running out of the pocket. You put pressure in his face, all of a sudden he thinks he's in Disneyland, lost in a spinning ride. I get
It's a
that.
small world after all.
After all, it's a small tiki 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 room. You know that the tiki room. But either way, I like how we just went Disney for like 2 seconds. But my point is this. My point is this. Jared Goff is Jared Goff. I get it. I still think Brock Purdy's a better quarterback, but the Lions were really scrappy last year, and we knew they weren't going anywhere. They were still going to be doormats, but the Lions were showing us, just wait. And what did they do? What did they do in the offseason? Added defensive pieces and added a better offense.
Well, and
because the Lions. The Lions restructured themselves so that they could be in the fucking NFC Championship against the best team in the NFC. Period. And you gotta give the Lions credit.
Jones back too.
Yes, absolutely. But you gotta give Detroit credit where credit is due. Agreed. Whether they make it to the Super Bowl or not. And if they make it to the Super Bowl but don't win, that's a hell of a run. You guys were.
Well, it's going to make them that hungrier to get back. If they lose, it's going to make them that hungrier to get back because they already know from years and years and years and years and years of just fighting uphill battles. They already know.
The Lions are the Bengals of the NFC. Because remember, the Bengals were kind of in a similar situation like 2 years ago when like they didn't win a playoff game or something like that for like 31 years, and then they had a magical run to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Same with the Lions. The Lions basically are the NFC version of the Bengals.
Aaron, do you want to mute yourself and then come back to us when you're done with the walk?
I don't know how long it's going to be. That's the thing.
Just do what you did last time. Just go on a walk and talk.
But he's going to be with his family, though. Like, that's kind of mean.
Yeah.
Like, not talking to family.
Well, what I'll say is this. My point is, so I'm going to give you my predictions right now, and we can go from there. Because I do think that Baltimore will beat Kansas City, even though I think that the refs are going to be on Kansas City's side.
Yeah.
And I want to go with the upset pick and say that the Lions, for the very first time as a franchise, make it to the Super Bowl, and we see a Lions-Ravens rematch. And that is the reason why I say that's going to be one hell of a game is because if you recall in the regular season, the Ravens dropped the Lions 38-6 in that game, and the Lions are going to use that game as fuel to create a magical Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens would beat the living shit out of the Lions. They'd give them the first half, and then the second half, the Ravens would just I think the 49ers will win. I don't want them to because I want to win this bet. But if I'm looking at it objectively, the 49ers will beat the Lions. The Ravens will beat the Chiefs. And I think that's it, right? Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
it'll be a replay from 2013.
Yeah. Oscar?
Literally 11 years ago.
Yep.
Watch it be a Super Bowl 54 rematch.
Ah! No.
Where it's Chiefs and Niners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
went for the Chiefs that
horrible.
year. I went for the Chiefs that year.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that the Jimmy G Super Bowl where he...
Yes, it was.
It was.
No, the funnier part about it was he got cut 2 years later.
And you know what's so funny is, here's the real funny part. He came to the Raiders, and they still benched him in the middle of the season.
By the way, Broncos, make up your mind about Russell Wilson. You keeping him or are you not?
I think they're waiting because there's like a post period where they can like make moves. So I think like around like the week of the Super Bowl is when they can actually like either cut him or trade him or something. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
But either way, I've given you guys my predictions. It's going to be Ravens, Lions, and I think it's going to be a lot closer than we realize because I believe the Lions are.
I would like it to be that. I would like it to be that because that would be a very different Super Bowl.
Yeah, it would.
It would be weird. We're like
Real weird.
me and Jason commentating Lions drives are like
Okay. Touchdown Lions. It's not 32-0 in the first quarter.
It's 7-7 at the end of the first half.
It's 8-7 at the end of the second half.
No, and then like 49-7 at the end of the game. What the hell?
we were like, what the heck happened?
Right? We're so drunk. We're like, I don't remember the game. I want to talk about Commanders coaching because apparently some kind of Brandon Johnson's going to be hired.
If you guys are still on when I come back, I'll jump back on with you.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about this. Hopefully, you don't get eaten by the alligators.
Yeah, please don't. He comes back and the alligator presses on mute. Aaron?
Damn.
He's eaten.
We actually hear him in the belly.
It sounds like when he was in his basement. I got swallowed.
You're like, hey, Mr. Alligator, don't leave yet. Just stay put. Put your belly near his phone so we can hear him better, though.
Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, the alligator, like at the end of the stream, leaves. We see the alligator leaving.
We're like, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Philadelphia's situation real fast.
I got a lot to say here.
Yeah, because apparently they fired the offensive coordinator. His name is Brian Johnson, actually. So don't get confused with Ben Johnson.
Yes.
Ben Johnson is for the Lions, and then the Eagles, and then they fired they had Matt Patricia, thinking that Matt Patricia could interchannel his inner Patriots defense, but that didn't work out. So now they're basically hiring two new coordinators. My thing is this: what the hell was Nick Sirianni then? Like, was he just there to nod his head when he had Shane Steichen and the coach of the Cardinals? Because, dude, the Eagles, they started off hot, and then next thing you know, they're like, zoop, and they got blown out by the Buccaneers. Damn, that's proof that Jalen Hurts is a product of the offensive coordinator of the coach of the Colts. Nothing more, honestly.
You're right. I'll agree on that point. To your point, I agree. Who am I? I'll point with everything. I agree with everything you said. Now, who am I? Come on.
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. Skip, that's what I think, Skip. I'm going to agree with everything you said. Now, he would hit the pen on the table. Okay. I'm about to unleash. Look, who do I blame for the Eagles' loss? Do I blame Jalen Hurts? No. Do I blame Dallas Goedert? No. Do I blame any player on the Eagles? No. Who do I blame? Nick Sirianni. You've been with this team, 3 years? You get them to an NFC championship. You get them to a Super Bowl. You lose the Super Bowl. But then you come in this season red hot, 10-1.
Awkward silence.
My phone Siri started going off. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? And it's over there on my nightstand. I'm like, what the hell? So
it's because you said Siri and then Ani.
Oh, Sirianni. Nick Sirianni, here's the problem with him. After being at 10-1, he switched up. The players are used to offensive plays that you've been doing for the last 2 seasons. Okay. The defense is used to their plays with who was the guy before Patricia?
Sean Desai or some crap like that. I don't know.
Sean Desai. So you have Sean Desai and what's the offensive coordinator? Oh my god, who was it?
The
Whoever
one
it was.
last year or the one this year?
The one last year into this year.
Shane Steichen.
Yeah. So he got a stipend to leave. So listen, what Nick Sirianni did was change things in the middle of the season. That's why the Eagles went to shit. That's why they fell apart. Yeah, we can make fun of them all we want, but it was Nick Sirianni's fault. Because what did he do? Got rid of Steichen, brought in his new guy.
Which the new guy wasn't doing half bad, honestly, because like
No, but here's the thing. He then brings in Matt Patricia, and he gets rid of Sean Desai. Here's your problem. If I show you a play, if I have you playing a certain way and it's working, and then I say, by the way, Oscar, I'm going to now change it up right now in the middle of the season after we're 10-1. And then you play the 49ers and it falls apart because I'm trying to now introduce you to new plays after a whole year of practicing these plays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same on the defense. Why do you think I don't blame any of the players? They were trying to learn new plays while trying to play football.
Yep.
You don't do that to your players in the regular season. You do that to your players in the offseason. So Nick Sirianni messed it all up. And the Eagles organization not firing Nick Sirianni, I would keep Matt Patricia. Here's why. You can spend an entire offseason getting them ready. Let me go. Hold on a second. Wait, my phone is still going.
We interrupt this program to... I don't know what Jason's doing. Anyway. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Me personally,
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wholeheartedly. I blame Nick Sirianni wholeheartedly because I was trying to make my point, but my phone went off again because I had Nick Sirianni. I blame him wholeheartedly because you literally changed everything about your gameplay in the middle of the season, not in the beginning, not in the off season. You changed it on your players. Think about a guy that's only driven stick shift.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, regular automatic cars. Then you throw his ass on a stick shift and go, okay, now drive 200 miles to California. He's probably going to crash the car.
Yeah.
That's what happened. They crashed the car because you gave them a stick shift when those dudes are used to automatic. That's the problem. And Nick Sirianni, the Eagles organization, it is stupid. This is why they're stupid. Because why would you not get rid of the coach that made all these changes that flipped your shit upside down? It should be the other way around where you fire him, keep Patricia, or fire him and then make the changes. What's going to happen next year? When you hire these new coordinators, the players learn a new gameplay, the Eagles are hot, and then Nick Sirianni goes, hey, I want to change something else. So it's Nick Sirianni's fault 100%.
Damn. Damn. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, yeah, no. The Eagles are gonna be interesting because, dude, I think a lot of teams are gonna take that 8-game sample size of the they're like, okay, 10-1, okay, blah blah blah, okay, let's X that out. Well, because here's the thing, they're gonna get rid of the brotherly shove or the tush push or whatever. They're gonna ban that. So then after the a lot of teams, like after the Eagles got figured out and they got shut down by the 49ers, you did not hear the tush push at all.
Why is the NFL trying to ban the tush push?
Because apparently there's more injuries to the offensive line.
Oh, I guess.
Anyways,
I mean, yeah, the 49ers really changed the game for the Eagles. And
so
I
like
had
everyone
thought,
is
okay,
gonna,
the Eagles.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
everyone is gonna take that sample size. Let's see, 10-1 of the 7 games, and I'm even including the first game that they honestly beat the Giants, but they barely beat the Giants. That
Barely,
7-game
yeah.
stretch, all the teams are gonna take a look at them like, okay, cool, like we're just gonna take that because at 10-1 they're like, damn, how can we beat the Eagles team? The 49ers come along, boom.
That was a game for the ages. I mean,
Like that's
Philadelphia
that's
going
what set the
silent
tone.
was,
And then after that, all the teams, even the teams that had no business whatsoever and keeping even I think they played the Titans this year too. Like damn. It was that bad. I was like,
yeah.
so like we'll see. Like they're bringing in different dudes. Um, they brought in Ron Rivera like 2 weeks ago or something like that, or last week. They are bringing in the former coach of the, oh my god, I forgot what team he coached. I think it was the Broncos. Like, but it was a very solid defense though.
Hmm.
Under his regime.
I
Like
would hire anyone but Ron Rivera. I would hire
Yep.
anyone but Ron Rivera.
And
You
Jack
want
Del
Ron
Rio.
Rivera and Jack Del Rio, and even on offense, Scott Turner. Don't hire him. You want Ron Rivera to forget he's coaching defense, and all of a sudden he's making them do offensive things. You're, Ronnie boy, come on. Where are we? We're in Cincinnati playing the Bengals. What are you doing? Oh, I thought I was at home. We're in the
Damn.
playoffs. I'm so
Anyway, so we'll see how the Eagles go. All right. Here's another talking point for you. Bill Belichick. It's looking like he's not
Oh.
getting hired this cycle.
I just think, and I wish Aaron was here. I just think, Aaron, he's. You could take a look if you are if you're a team that's struggling, and virtually all the Panthers have their coach, the Falcons have their coach, which we'll get to. The Chargers have their coach. If you're a team that's struggling, you could look at him and go 9 Super Bowls, 6 wins. He's 6-3 in the Super Bowl, but he cheated twice. But he was 165 for 300. So I forget what the wins to losses were, win percentage to losses.
Yeah.
Wins to loss percentage. So you're thinking of his last few years going, he sucks at the draft. He sucks at coaching a quarterback. He sucks at play calls. And he didn't even end with a winning record at Gillette Stadium. So why? So there's a double-edged sword there. And I think his age is playing a part. And I think he's stuck in his own ways. And he's too hung up on Brady. And so I if he doesn't get hired, I think what he should do is I think what he doesn't want is to be an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator because he sees that as beneath him. I was the head coach of the effing Patriots. I got them 6 Super Bowls. Got them to 9. I can't be a coordinator. He's unfortunately just I think they didn't overlook him. They looked at him and went old, too stuck in his ways, too stubborn. And look at his sample size from the last few years. And especially if they said, listen, Bill, okay, look, Bill, we're going to give you the head coaching position, but you're not going to be the general manager. You're not going to be deciding the draft. He said he was open to personnel changes and being just a coach or a general manager or whatever under the Patriots. I don't buy that. And I think that's why Robert Kraft and him, I don't know if he fired him or they decided to split ways. I don't think he would do that for another team. I think he wants total control. He's like Jerry Jones. He's like Jimmy Johnson. He's like Sean McVay. They all want total control. And unfortunately, with Sean McVay, with other guys, they are very young, but they also have a good record. They have a good record. He doesn't. So If he doesn't get hired, sorry, but maybe next year. And even then, I'm not sure.
No, well, here's the one thing though. Apparently, from what I hear, this is what I hear. I don't know if he looks any. Apparently, like they say that he his age is 72, 73, but he actually looks like he's in his like early 60s.
Yeah, he doesn't
So,
look old. He doesn't move like he's old either. You can look like you're 60. Hell, he can even look like he's in his early 50s. Look great for his 72-year-old ass. But, at that age, but just because you look 50 doesn't mean you can still coach. I'm sorry, but like it's time, Bill. You got to retire. He's one of the most accomplished coaches ever, aside from like
mhm.
who? Vince Lombardi and Andy Reid, Jimmy Johnson,
Vince Lombardi, Don
Tom
Shula.
Landry, Don Shula. I mean, you put Bill Belichick in that bracket. Now, I take all those 6 Super Bowls away because he cheated twice, and another thing,
I give him
been
the
said
fir-
that
I give him the first 3 because the first 3 they didn't cheat.
no, but I'm saying I take 2 of the 6 away. But apparently he was cheating again this last season, this now past season. So, do you if you're a team, do you want let's say the Rams, right? Let's say the Rams. The Rams have or the Chargers. The Chargers are now accused of cheating. You really want that on your organization? No way. No. You want your team to be fined? You want your coach to be benched? Do you want suspensions ever? No.
Mm-mm.
So again, there's a mixed bag record there. Andy Reid doesn't have a record of cheating. Say what you will about Nick Sirianni, his record is different, but there's no record of cheating or deflating balls like Naeem's. Oh, um, like how we just boom hit it. But even if he looks 50, it's like that baseball player or that football player. Tom Brady was 43. He doesn't look 43. Tom Brady looks 38. Looks like he's 38. But he can't play no more. Brady, come on, get off the field. You got beat by Dallas, who you've owned. He still owns Dallas. But yeah, even if he looks 50, there's a lot for those teams to worry about. And there's probably better coaches. Not going to lie, there's probably better coaches.
Yeah, true. We'll see. Again, it's not looking like Washington already got their dude. Like leaks are. It's like, dude, it's the worst kept secret that they're gonna hire Ben Johnson. I kid you not.
And he's where? Lions, right?
The Lions.
Well, and he's the defensive coordinator, right?
Offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator. If I were Detroit, well, we'll get to that.
I mean, if you want, we're covering it now anyway.
Oh yeah. If I were
just
Washington, I would
just
not
running
go
down the list.
Yeah. Well, we could cover Commanders. If I were Josh Harris, I would interview Belichick. But does he fit the mold of what Josh Harris wants? The answer is no.
No.
0% chance there.
Because
and it shouldn't. He shouldn't. Ben Johnson, if I'm Detroit, I'll let him interview. But I would put, I'd be, as the owner, I would get in that checkbook. And I grab that check and I put it in front of him and say, 5 more years, 20 mil. Whatever they offer you, I'll double.
That's too much money for now. He's not going to get that money as an offensive coordinator, Jason. I'm just
5
telling you that.
5 mil. 5 mil, 3 mil, whatever. Let's say, what are they normally paid?
Offensive coordinators, no idea. No idea. I know coaches probably get between like 10, 15
like
mil.
12. Yeah. So let's say it's 5 mil for coordinators. Okay, 5 mil. I'll break the rules, Ben. I'll give you 5 years. I'll give you 10. I'll give you a bonus.
But
you win me this many games.
Go ahead.
You win me this many games, I'll get you this. Now, you can't really play with numbers like you can with coaches. You're right. You can't say, listen, Dan Campbell, we'll keep you in Detroit. I'll pay you 20 mil. I know it's above the cap of what we normally pay coaches. I'll pay you 20. What is that X team gonna pay you? 12 mil? I'm offering you $8 million more, $7.5 million more.
Mhm.
I would offer whatever kind of incentive you can offer. Look at that Commanders team, Ben. I get it. They're in a rebuild. They're trying to do better. Look at their record. A 4-12 win? 4-13?
Well, here's the thing. This is what I told you off script or off, backstage in different conversations. You got to remember, offensive coordinators, especially that they're young and they're a hot commodity. They're like, oh shit, like this is I'm actually gonna get interviewed to be a coach. Like that's the dream for most of them. Now some of them are like, no, we're good with our coordinator positions. And there's some
Well,
that are like, oh yeah,
yeah.
they're like the hot commodity. And then when they flop, damn, we're like, and then all the teams are like, no, never mind, dude,
Mm,
because you got to remember, there's only 32 jobs.
yeah.
And sometimes the owners, aka like the Panthers and
Mhm.
other teams, where the coaches inherit most of the players and they can't get rid of them.
Mhm.
With Ben Johnson, literally with Washington, he can actually build the team. Like he can actually build the way he wants it.
Sure.
So
Well,
like
and the general manager, he's got to work with who did they just hire? Adam Peters.
Adam Peters.
Adam Peters. I would say this too, Oscar, is that you're right. He doesn't want to go probably flop next season, which I don't see, and then all of a sudden, we don't want you anymore. Like let's say Washington, their head coach doesn't work out, or even Panthers, their head coach. My point is, if I were Detroit, I'll get to Washington in a second. If I were Detroit, I'd be doing everything in my power to keep him. Dude, come on. Let's say they get to the NFC, but they lose. Dude, you got us to the NFC. You did that. Let's say they get to the Super Bowl. Bro, we are one touchdown away from winning the Super Bowl next season. Now, on the Commander side, I would be going, what do you want? Now, it seems as though from the rumors and the leaks that Ben Johnson wants to leave. So I think it would be a good move because we can put him to the test now. You were so good under Dan Campbell and Jared Goff and all these guys. Now prove yourself.
Now
Work with
prove
Adam
yourself,
Peters.
and you can actually pick your own. Because here's the thing, the Lions kind of were in a situation where they kind of had to take Jared Goff because of the trade with the Rams.
Yep.
So with
Rams,
Ben
yep, they got
Johnson,
stabbed.
if he ends up being that guy, because again, crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
He could pick, literally, unless the Bears do whatever they do with the first overall pick or whatever. But then Washington literally can pick any of the other two remaining good quarterbacks in the draft.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And yeah, I mean, I think the Commanders do need a rebuild, and they're gonna suck forever. But anyway, I'm such a dick.
Watch the Cowboys just deplete so that way they can get rid of Mike McCarthy, and then you're gonna be really in hiding, and then Washington's gonna win a playoff game and surpass what Dallas can do. What are you gonna do with yourself then?
Kill you.
Nope. You can't go into
Like,
hiding.
what are you doing? I'll go into hiding.
The
Cowboys are gonna be mediocre.
You're gonna leave whatever stream we're on. I'll be like, you're like, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then you're gonna go find the biggest shovel you can find, and just start digging, and digging, and digging until the hole is so deep. That's gonna be your new cave.
That's right.
You're gonna hide there for 365 days. I'll be like,
Yep.
me and Aaron. Yeah, have you heard from Jason? No. I'm like, I hear get a call. Jason a cave.
Look.
I'd be
Yeah.
like,
No,
all because Washington went to the NFC Championship.
okay, now don't even kid yourself there. Don't even go there. You're dreaming too much. You're like MLK trying to dream it. Dude. Except MLK was right to dream like that. You come on,
I'm
stop
just,
trying
I'm
to
just, I'm
imitate
just,
John Kennedy. Stop trying to
I'm
imitate
just,
John F. Kennedy. Okay,
I'm just saying.
you're like Joe
You own
Biden
the
thinking he can
thinking.
beat Trump. Anyway, it would be a good move for Commanders. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. But all right, let's talk about Jim Harbaugh. Do you like the
Oh
move? Do you like the move, or do you not like the move? I
yeah,
know that.
I,
Go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
No. Because I was gonna say,
Okay.
because I know you said that it was a bad thing for the college thing, but I did point out something to you also. But we'll talk about it
Yeah,
here.
no, you're right. I mean, because I remember he's already reached the mountaintop in college twice, I think. So, well, no, he took Stanford, but they didn't win. I like this move because that scared me. It actually gives him a chance. Um, it gives him a chance because look, what did he do with the 49ers? He
Hmm.
took Kaepernick to the NFC Championship. Actually, they went to the Super Bowl, and because of a bad throw, the Ravens took that, ran it for a touchdown, and they beat him. They beat Kaepernick and Jim Harbaugh.
Hmm.
And he had to watch his brother win a Super Bowl. Okay. And yeah, he won that championship, but this is a good move because the Chargers have the talent. They got Herbert. Maybe he can make some, a little bit of tweaks here and there,
Hmm.
but they have great talent, but they choke every time. And the Raiders own them in the playoffs when the Raiders cheat and do well. Get it? Cheat and do well.
Oh my
So,
god.
so, uh, too
Again,
bad,
what are you
Tyler.
gonna
Suck
do
my
with
dick.
your? What are you gonna do when the Raiders actually surpass the wild card round? Go back into that deep
When?
hole.
Never. They're never gonna get there. Even the Raiders fans are like, I know. I'll dig a hole below the hole, like a cave below the cave. No,
You're gonna go so far. You're gonna go so down below that you're gonna reach the Earth's atmosphere, the Earth's crust.
okay. Boom. I'll reach the equator. I think here's the other thing. Okay, he's reached his mountaintop in college. Okay, he's proved himself in the NFL. He's proved he can get a team to the NFC Championship. He's proved he can get a team to the Super Bowl. All he needs to do is win. Now, the NCAA is on his ass. And I think he's probably, what did Michael Irving say? He's probably running from something. Every time someone moves, they're running from something. And it's true.
Mm,
And
mm,
so, what are you going to do to me now, NCAA? I'm in a different league. I'm above you. I'm Jim Harbaugh. I'm here for 5. What are you going to do to me? He's probably not going to go back to college after these 5 years. I'm telling you right now. He's not.
yeah.
And because the NCAA is going to fuck him over. And he knows that. But there's the other part too, which is if you are Jim Harbaugh and your big
Mm,
brother John beat you, that has got to be haunting for what? Almost 10 years that you're at family dinner. Well, I know you got to college, but I got to the Super Bowl and I beat your ass. It would be different if John Harbaugh won and he was playing the I don't know, the Packers, right?
yeah. Hmm.
No. John Harbaugh won against his own little brother. And so he probably has that itch to go, I want to get over the mountaintop of the Super Bowl. And I think this is could he be in New Orleans next year? Possibly. But I think 2-3 years and Jim Harbaugh's got himself a Super Bowl ring. I think this is a good move because again, NCAA's after him. He's reached the mountaintop. And
Mm.
there's not much else he can do in college, unless he's part of the Pac-12, but that's leaving. And he just needs that Super Bowl. And if he can get the Chargers from being a struggling team with the talent to a good team with the talent, I think this is a good move.
Yeah. Me personally, I think of it more of a Justin Herbert. No more excuses for Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
Like he,
can't blame the
like
coach anymore.
honestly, like if Justin Herbert loses with Jim Harbaugh as head coach, then let me see. Let me think of a good comparison. Justin Herbert would be basically a younger version of Dak or Kirk Cousins. I'll go Kirk Cousins.
I'm sorry. You know what? I can agree with you there. That Kirk
Cause,
Cousins, I mean, he chokes
cause
no matter
like,
who he's with.
cause he has the talent. Like Kirk Cousins has the talent, but he always chokes in big games.
Yep,
Like
always.
so,
And,
like
and
so this is all or not. Like if Jim Harbaugh fails this year, he's like, all right, cool, well, whatever. I can
yeah,
rebuild or whatever.
rebuild.
But then Justin Herbert's gonna be like, fuck,
Justin Herbert for Justin Fields? No.
dang
Trade
it.
Justin Fields for Justin Herbert. No. Well, then I think the Bears should have gotten him, but there's more success in San Diego. I'll say San Diego Chargers. Look, um, even if he fails his first year, he can. Jim Harbaugh could rebuild over 3 years and then be dominant in the next two. He could be rebuilding in the first two, dominating the next three. So
Although I'll give Jim Harbaugh credit where credit is due. At least he fixed Alex Smith. I'll give him that.
that's true.
Because dude,
He did.
Alex Smith, that for his first 5 or 6 years, he was like a nothing. Jim Harbaugh
Mm-hmm.
comes along, boom, AFC championship, NFC championship. His
Well,
first year,
and
we're like, fuck.
whoa, oh shit, fuck. Well, and AFC is a new ball game for Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, it is, yeah. It's because here's the thing. In my opinion, the AFC has the more talented younger
Yeah,
dudes. You got
absolutely.
Patrick Mahomes,
Lamar,
Tua,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, um, Trevor Lawrence. Even though the Jaguars choked, but whatever.
And
The dude from Houston now is looking like legit. Like
oh,
damn, like
CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud,
yeah.
yeah. Well, and you could send Jim Harbaugh to the Panthers. You could send him over to the Jaguars. You could send him over to all those other struggling teams. But they're struggling to the point where it's going to be like 5, 6, 7, 8 year rebuild. He needs a team that I got all the tools. I just need to figure out how to use them. And so, I look with the thing about the Harbaugh brothers, they are some talented ass guys. They're
Yeah.
real talented. They're the Shanahans. But except,
It's not a
it
father son
wasn't
combo.
Harbaugh.
It's brother.
Yeah, brother. But it's also the fact that they're both still in coaching. John Harbaugh's probably going to win the Super Bowl this year, but which is going to be like, I got two, so that's going to be even more painful for him, for him. But God damn, I lost my point. Well, I'll just say this: this is going to be
Mm.
new for him, and whatever happens, it's going to be crazy. He's got all the talent. He can use it. He can try and fix the team. He can do whatever he needs to. And but that talent, what I was getting to before I lost my train of thought, that talent between the two brothers is amazing. And that NFC loss, or the NFC and then the Super Bowl loss that Jim Harbaugh had wasn't his fault. Kaepernick to what's his name? That throw.
I don't even remember that. So I have to see if I
It
can
was in-
find that in the YouTube.
Yeah, I think it was an interception. I could be wrong, but Aaron
Yeah,
would know.
yeah. Aaron.
But
No, because Aaron. Aaron confuses one. He, I know what he's trying to say. That yes, he is correct that the Ravens did beat the 49ers, but he's
Yeah.
thinking of the wrong game. Because I remember that the 49ers and the Ravens did play that same year too, like that in the same season that they played the Super Bowl. But that game was 16-6. The Super Bowl is high scoring. Like it was like 34-31 or something like that.
Right.
But yeah. I mean, me personally is this: Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers. Justin Herbert needs to win a Super Bowl. Actually, no, that's too much. That's giving him too much credit. He needs to go to a Super Bowl in the next 3 years. He needs to win one in the fourth year of Jim Harbaugh's contract. So that means 2 Super Bowls in the next 4 out of the 4.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to
And
trade
they
Justin
need to win
Herbert.
and they need to win a playoff game this year. Like they need to go to the playoffs and win a playoff game this year.
Well, and not
If
get
they
knocked
can't,
out either
if they don't
before
do
or
that,
during.
if they don't do that, then Justin Herbert's a bust,
Well, yeah,
in my
and
opinion.
that's well, yeah, and Jim Harbaugh is kind of like Coach Prime, the Sanders, Deion Sanders. He's not afraid to go. All right, you're out, because Jim Harbaugh expects perfection. He's not like these other Mike McCarthy's and Ron Rivera's and all this shit that whatever.
Because they're creative minds.
Right. And so they like Jim Harbaugh is gonna go. Either you bring me a championship, or I'm gonna bring you to the HR department. I'm gonna let you go.
Yep.
It's as simple as that for Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
Took him years to rebuild Michigan, and now look. So,
But those are our thoughts on Jim Harbaugh. We'll see. Good hire for the Chargers.
yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully,
I mean,
it's
he's got
also
a
good
he's
for
got a
Justin
record to
Herbert.
speak of.
The excuses for Justin Herbert this year end.
Yeah, absolutely. And he could say, "Oh, I'm trying to adjust to the new coach." Nah, because
No,
Alex Smith did it, Colin Kaepernick did it. So yeah, no, Jim Harbaugh, good move for the Chargers.
All right. Last talking point. 'Cause I think we went over the
No, we
NFC
got
and
to do the
AFC.
Panthers.
We kind of already
Panthers' new
mentioned that we already went over that in passing.
They're not going to be anything special in the next couple years. They need a
I mean, Dave
complete
Canales, like, at least he was able to fix Baker Mayfield. We'll see if he can fix Bryce Young. He just got
the whole team.
Well, here's the thing.
Needs a rebuild.
The problem with the Panthers, is, from what I'm hearing, if you think that Jerry Jones is too involved, I hear that the Panthers owner is worse.
I don't know who could be worse. Who could be worse than Jerry Jones? Because at least the Panthers owner is willing to make a coaching change.
Let me see. David Tepper. I know David. Let me see. David Tepper. I know he owns a soccer team. Does he own anything else in sports?
I don't know.
Let me see.
But I'll just say this.
Does David Tepper own any other teams?
From GHGossip.com.
Let me see.
David Tepper is an American billionaire hedge fund manager who is the owner of the Carolina Panthers of the National Football League and Charlotte FC in Major League Soccer, and the founder and president of Appaloosa Management, a global hedge fund based in Miami Beach, Florida.
Oh, I thought he owned another sports team. I guess I was wrong.
But here's the thing. At least David Tepper was willing to make coaching changes and fire the coach in the middle of the season and then bring in a new coach. Jerry Jones doesn't.
Well, here's the thing. But that's a bad indictment because, dude, he did that. He's on the team for 7 years. I think. Let me see. 2017 to what? Yeah, 2017 to 2024.
No, 2023, because he got rid of him in the 2023. He got rid of him in mid-season.
No. But I'm saying since he owned the team from 2017 to 2024. Watch. He fired Ron Rivera mid-season. Then he fired what's this dude's name? Oh my god, I'm blanking on him. He's a college coach now too. Don't know where in college. He fired him mid-season too. They had a damn good coach, and and the Panthers actually almost went to the playoffs with that said coach, but they don't give him the job. Steve Wilkes. That's Steve Wilkes
defensive
had the Panthers
coordinator.
winning. Didn't hire him. Bring in the dude that they brought in. Fire him mid-season. Like, what the heck?
Well, and Steve Wilkes is now headed to the freaking NFC Championship. So,
Like, honestly, like the Panthers had the talent,
yeah.
but the
Well-
stupid owner overlooked Steve Wilkes. So, like,
Who
Dave
knows?
Canales has his work cut out for him. That's all I gotta say. Because
Oh, yeah. And, of course, the Cowboys keeping Mike McCarthy. There's nothing to look forward to. Just another 12-5 season, losing in the wild card round or divisional, and then we'll be back angry again. Everyone's gonna say fuck McCarthy, and Jerry Jones is gonna keep him.
well, there is a bright side of this, Jason. He is at the end of his contract, and honestly, Jerry Jones doesn't. I mean, he didn't extend Jason Garrett because there was talk that Jason Garrett was about to get extended for another 2 or 3 years. Didn't do it.
Well, true, but I think he still sees Mike McCarthy as a son, and I think he is going to offer him that extension. A lot of Cowboys organization channels are saying that Mike McCarthy is going to get that extension. Because look, he'll coach this next year, but will he be here then? I think they just need to let him go. Now, even if the Cowboys get a better coach, you still have Jerry Jones in his ear. With Jerry Jones as owner, you're never going to get anywhere. And Jerry Jones needs to die for us to get anywhere. But then if Stephen Jones is in charge, we're extra fucked. Stephen Jones rather pay Dak Prescott than keep Amari Cooper.
Damn.
What an ass! What a dumbass! But then the Cowboys didn't use fucking Amari Cooper correctly. 49ers at Dallas. They threw to everyone but Amari Cooper, and when they threw to Amari Cooper,
It was
he gained
already
like 30
too late.
first downs. He got the touchdowns. It was incredible.
Anyway, man, do we have anything to discuss? It's 6:30, and I want to have dinner before the stream.
Oh yeah. You said there was a last talking point.
Damn it! I mean, we already covered our predictions for the game.
Mm-hmm.
We did that.
I want
on.
the Lions to win so I can win this bet, but I objectively understand that the 49ers are just a better team.
Oh, hey, I know what you can do with that $43 Apple Pay. Pay your friend steak.
Fuck you. No. What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be on my fucking side, you asshole.
Jason, I'm on the side of truth, and the truth is, you're gonna pay $50.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling myself that.
Oh, that reminds me. If we're gonna do double streams, I have to create the streams tonight.
Oh shit! Wait, you didn't go with your daddy?
I didn't get a message from the stream, so I guess not.
Did you text him?
No.
Okay, because I was gonna say I'll start the first period.
Let's see what ESPN has to say. Let's see. Anything important? Oh no, it's soccer. I'll deal with that on my own time. Damn it! I have talking points for soccer too. It's a fun season.
Oh, I bet.
Anyway, damn it. Let me see. Pete Carroll and the Seahawks.
Oh,
Dan Quinn. Do you think that he should?
No.
No.
You cannot look at. First of all, okay, I'll get to Pete Carroll in a second. You cannot look at Dan Quinn's record in Dallas and go, that's the guy. Because in the big moments, he sucks. That's
He
what
did
we need for our team.
28-3 also.
Atlanta Falcons 28-3. You want that record when he played above 500 and then he lost to Tom. He had Tom Brady on the ropes. Tom Brady was about to tap out. And with 2 minutes left, Tom Brady just he just goes crazy. And whose fault was it? Dan effing Quinn. And who fucked up the defense this time around in the Cowboys against the Packers? Dan Quinn. And even in games like against the 49ers, even in games like against the Cardinals, even in games there were games where it's like, where the fuck is the defense? Where the hell is it? And it wasn't there. And who was the defensive coordinator? Dan Quinn. He made all the decisions.
Mm.
And if Ron Rivera was supposed to make all the offensive calls, where were you, Dan Quinn? I'll tell you, up in someone's ass around hell somewhere. I don't know. You cannot be the Seattle Seahawks and call yourself a serious organization. First off, by firing Pete Carroll. What the hell is that? But second, looking at Dan Quinn as a head coach. I don't think anyone should be looking at him as a head coach. But the fact that, and by the way, it's looking like he's going to stay with Dallas because nobody wants him. Because again, his record speaks for, like you were saying before.
He's due to visit Seattle, I think.
Sure, but as of right now, but like you said before, a lot of coordinators when they're young they leave because they understand get the head coaching jobs because they understand if I flop next year or in 2 years from now, my value is going to go up, just down, and no one's going to want me. But that's Dan Quinn right now. So now on Pete Carroll, this is one of the dumbest decisions I've ever seen from an NFL ownership. And I'll tell you why. As Richard Sherman had said, as a lot of Seahawks fans, which I didn't know existed, have told me, nobody wanted him out. Everyone wanted him to stay. Everyone loves Pete Carroll. Yeah, he didn't have a winning season this year, but they got to the Super Bowl.
Well, they did, but they didn't make it. They didn't make the playoffs.
Right. So he had a winning season, I guess, but they couldn't beat San Francisco. They couldn't. But when did he go to the Super Bowl?
2013 and 2014, or 2014 and 2015, respectively.
Wasn't the Seahawks
Broncos? They won 20. Yeah, that was 2014, and then the Patriots.
And then it was
Patriots,
and then Tom Brady beat them in 20. So I think they beat the Broncos in 14, right?
Yeah, they did.
But they lost in 2015. He got you to 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. Okay, fine. In the last 8 years, he never did. But
didn't have a losing season at all either.
Didn't have a losing season.
Even after Russell Wilson left, because everyone was like, "Oh well, exactly. Russell Wilson made him." Nope. You're seeing the product of Russell Wilson can't do shit in Denver, but he was able to get a no-name journeyman who I always blank on his name too, and they went to the playoffs on a 9-8 record, and actually, they got smacked by the 49ers. I was like, I think they want to play. No, they did not. They got smacked by the 49ers, but still, he still went to the playoffs. That still counts with a journeyman quarterback,
right? And don't stop believing. You said journey, so.
Oh my.
Again, look at how Pete Carroll over 14, 15 years took Seattle. Seattle was a no-name place. Nobody wanted to even talk about Seattle. No player even wanted to go to Seattle. Please don't trade me to Seattle. Please don't trade me to Seattle. Please. Nobody cared about Seattle was in the dumps. Nobody cared about Seattle. The program was bad. Their college scouting was bad. Everything was awful, if you remember.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll comes in. What was it? 2010? 08, 2010?
Yeah, it was 2010. Yeah, because
it was 2010. And guess what? He took the Seattle Seahawks from a no-name bullshit humiliation kind of team and took them to a top contender in the NFL, period. And now the jersey sales went up. The stadium sold out multiple times a year, by the way. College scouting went better. Their a minor league program went even better. All because of Pete Carroll. And he created stars like Richard Sherman.
Yep.
Pete Carroll did all that. I don't know what the ownership is trying to do, like what change they want. Are they tired of Pete Carroll? Maybe. Obviously, it shows. But it was such a shock. I think it's the worst mistake you could make as an NFL ownership. And I think it's going to come back to
the ownership doesn't care. The ownership, I think they don't care because they're trying to sell the team anyway. I don't think they want anything to do with the team anymore. Hence the reason why hence the reason why I think Amazon is actually going to take over.
Alexa's going to be calling the games over the PA system.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Okay. Third down. Playing now. No, not that. Oh. Okay. Let's play third down on Amazon Music. No! Starts playing. It's just a song. I think this is the brothers going, F you. If I were the brothers, I would have kept Pete Carroll, sold the team for a much higher value, and gone away.
Yeah.
But that is so sad.
He provided a sense of stability, at least for a year.
Yeah, he could have. And he made that program what it is. And watch this come back. If the owners stay, let's say the owners actually stay, because it takes forever to sell a team, and they stay this next season, it's going to come back and bite them in the ass.
Basically.
So,
anywho, all right, y'all. We would like to. There were more topics, but I guess we'll have to save that for. Damn, we have no football content. We have no football next week, so we shouldn't save all this stuff for next week, or more stuff for next week.
Well, we'll have the playoffs we can talk about. We can break them down. We can do like a Super Bowl pregame.
Basically.
Who knows? But we are streaming tonight and tomorrow. Yeehaw!
Oh, yeah, we're double streaming. Get ready to wake up at 11:55 again, Jason.
Oh, you motherfucker. And this time I'm not making out with anybody. Fuck. I'm putting my love life out there.
Overshare.
Yeah. I'm one of those liberal countries. I like to overshare the wealth. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to exit out stage right.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway.
We're gonna Richard Nixon this stream. On purpose. And yes, we are streaming. Is this on my channel too? Or is this just your channel?
No, it's just my channel. I wasn't sure if you wanted it on your channel, so.
No, this is your podcast, so.
All right.
Anyway,
yep, you heard us right. We'll be streaming in about an hour and a half. Golden Knights. Who are they playing again? Sorry.
Alexa, who do the Golden Knights play? Alexa, who do the Golden Knights play tonight? Ooh, the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, so I mean, Jason's not covered in purple, but he'll be red.
You know, on the side of my neck here, on the right side, like so you know where your neck is, and then you go for like closer to your ear. I forgot to clean that part apparently, which I don't understand because I scrubbed there. So, but I know because yeah. So
anyway, well, they're playing the Red Wings, but we'll see a Red Wing actually on string when Jason gets angry.
I'm already mad thinking of how many goals they might give up.
Anyway,
I'm already mad.
We'll be back in about an hour and a half doing the hockey stream tonight, and then we'll double stream the AFC and NFC championships tomorrow. Oof,
we're gonna be exhausted.
I was hoping that one of a friend of mine would be able to join the stream, but he's flying into DC tonight, so we'll see. I'll send them the link, and I'll send him the link. I'll be like, hey, if you can make it, then cool. But if not, don't worry about it. But we'll see. Because I actually do want to get his. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea for next week. If the 49ers do end up going to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna bring him in to get his perspective as a 49er
Oh yeah,
fan.
we'll have Aaron and I want to bring in another Ravens fan aside from Aaron.
I'll text Qualik if he can come, but he's left me in the dark.
One of those. Well, he is in the dark.
Okay, that's it. We're ending the stream.
Anyway, we'll see you guys in an hour and a half.
We'll see you guys in an hour and a half.